Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I am the great and peaceful Mystery.
And I'm Jay. And, I think everyone out there just needs to take a big, deep breath and let out an Make it verbal. Put some into your exhale and relax on this episode
A Freaky Fauna Friday.
What are we going to talk about today?
So we're actually going to talk about the Muskox. Now we'll talk about how they got their name and stuff too. So Emily actually wrote this script for us to help us catch up on stuff.
Oh, wow.
So,
Isn't those big stinky cows?
Yeah, kind of, except not.
Oh.
So Muskox is a hoofed mammal. It's kind of related to the bovid family, so cows.
Okay.
But they have much closer relatives we'll talk about. Native to the Arctic, they are noted for having their thick coats of fur and extremely strong odors emitted by the males during the seasonal rut. So rut is a breeding season.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times, deer will experience rut where they get really like testosterone pumped. Their necks, for deers, their necks will actually swell up.
Yeah.
And they'll look like they got really, really heavy overnight. It's like flashing. But yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Like flashing colors and stuff like that.
Right.
So the musky odor is to attract females during the mating season. The Inuit name, I'm not even going to try to say this. I guess I will for you guys. Uminkmark.
Uminkmark.
The Uminkmark. Yeah. But these guys exist alongside bison and pronghorn. The muskox was one of the very few species in the Pleistocene megafauna in North America to survive the Paleocene-Holocene extinction event and live in the present day. That's the extinction event that killed off most of the megafauna.
Okay.
We don't really know what caused it. There are a lot of thoughts.
We just know that they're gone.
Yeah. And their range has been dramatically reduced. Okay. These guys live where it sucks to live.
Very up north?
Yeah.
And like Ice Age, times, megafauna times, wasn't it frozen up there too?
It was frozen down here.
Down here, okay.
Like, that's... Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was Freaky Fauna.
That was Freaky Fauna Friday. Yeah. No, so these guys are pretty neat. They're pretty neat.
So they stink when they're ready.
Yeah, they really, they ooze stink. The muskox is thought to have been able to survive the last glacial period by fending ice-free areas and away from the prehistoric people. So these guys moved off into areas and basically where people couldn't survive.
Okay.
Is probably why they survived. They survived it. Because while humans didn't cause the mass extinction, they were the nail in the coffin for a lot of those species.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
Like we talk about with mammoths, for example. Like humans didn't cause the extinction of the mammoth as a whole. But it went from 40 million mammoths to about 100-something thousand mammoths, and humans finished off the last group.
So they helped.
Yeah. They were, like you said, the final straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both males and female muskox have long, curved back horns. Muskox stand about 3.5 to almost 5 feet tall at their withers. The female measure around 5, or a little shorter than that. Larger males can hit about 8 feet tall.
Dang.
So they get big. They have a small tail and often under their fur, measuring only about 10 centimeters long. So you really can't see their tail. A lot of times they really don't know that they have a tail. Adults on average weigh about 628 pounds, but they can get all the way up to 900 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So cows, they're pretty standard cow-sized animals. Their thick coat and large heads suggest the larger animals than the muskox truly is. The bison, to which the muskox is often compared to, weighs almost twice as much.
Okay, so these guys are mostly hair.
Yeah.
Insulation.
But they have a really oversized head, too.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's saying, is that these guys are really, really big heads in this fur.
Yeah.
So you imagine a much more filled out animal.
Like their body matches their head.
Yeah. But it doesn't.
Like Megamind.
Yeah. There you go. So zookeepers have got specimens up to 1,400 pounds. So they do, in captivity, the ones that do well get big. Their coat, a mix of black, gray, brown, include very long guard hairs that almost reach the ground. They rare have been spotted, there has been some rare colorations, like white muskox, that have been spotted in Queen's Mud Grand Bird Sanctuary, which is like an Arctic relief area.
Okay.
So there has been a really rare occasional sighting of a all white one.
Is it like albinoism?
We
or
don't
you
know.
think it's like...
I don't think I've ever caught it.
Oh, okay.
So you can't really tell.
Ooh, it's like the white whale.
The white moose.
The white moose.
Well, that's a future episode.
Is it?
Cryptid's corn.
Oh.
Spectral moose.
Okay.
In Maine. Humongous, like 3 times the size of a normal moose. It's all white. There's videos of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's mean.
Ooh.
Muskox have occasionally been semi-domesticated for wool, and pretty rarely, though, meat and milk also.
Oh, muskox milk?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be milking one.
But would you try it?
I'd try it, sure.
Me too.
I don't know if I would be brave enough to go, like... They have bad attitudes.
Right, yeah. Okay.
So, I don't know if I'd be brave enough to be like, let's go try to milk that thing.
Yeah. I've heard water buffalo milk's very good.
Yeah, I'm sure. The U.S. state of Alaska has several muskox farms specifically aimed at wool harvest. The wool the wool is highly prized for its softness and length and insulation value. So it's pretty soft, but the fibers themselves are incredibly long.
Yeah.
And it's really insulating. Prices for yarn range from about $1.50 to $3 a gram. So that's $40 to $80 an ounce.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty pricey for wool.
Okay.
Oh, the muskox can reach speeds up to 37 miles per hour. You will not outrun a muskox.
Yeah, you don't know me. No, I will not. I'm slow.
Their life expectancy is about 12 years.
That's pretty good.
In captivity, they can reach 20 or so years. That's not uncommon. So here's where we start getting into some of their freaky facts.
Yeah, let's get it.
Now, once again, this is done by Emily, so I'm going to try to explain it.
Oh, no.
Muskox are heterothermic mammals, meaning they have the ability to shut off thermal regulations in some parts of their body, like, for example, their lower limbs. Mm-hmm. So in extremely cold conditions, they will maintain their core body temperature and cut off blood circulation, to at least most blood circulation, to like their legs, face, and that kind of stuff.
Right, to keep their core warm.
Yeah. This helps reduce the loss of body heat to their extremities. Muskox display this unique characteristics by having hemoglobin that is 3 times less or temperature sensitive than most other mammals.
Oh.
So a lot of the problems with hemoglobin is they'll burst.
When it gets too cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when you look at like frogs, like there are a couple species of frogs that can freeze solid, and fish that can freeze solid. They have like basic antifreeze that keeps the hemoglobin from freezing on the inside. So these guys have not that, but another adaptation to allow them to get really, really cold. The temperature insensitivity allows the muskox hemoglobin to have a heightened oxygen affinity in extremely cold environments and continue to diffuse high amounts of oxygen into cold tissue.
Okay.
So these guys are like, that's a really weird thing.
That they can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just, have you ever seen the videos of them just standing out there in like the winter storms all winter?
And they're just not moving as the ice is building up on them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me. Muskox can live in herds of 10 to 24 animals in the winter, but they thin down their herds to about 8 members during the summer. Normally, a dominant bull will allow other bulls to join his herd for the winter months, but when the summer months come around, he pushes them off.
Right.
They do not hold technically like territories like a lot of other big animals do, but they do mark their trails with their scent glands.
Ooh, those stinky things?
Yeah. So it's not like a hardcore territory like we see in a lot of other animals, but it's like a more, I guess, like we walk this path all the time.
Okay.
So, but other herds and stuff can intersect paths, and it's not like a fight on site every time.
It's a gang war fighting.
Which happens in a lot of mammals.
I know, yeah. You cross that line and you're going to get the lion's claws in your back.
So male and female muskox have a separated, almost or semi-age-based hierarchies, with mature muskox being dominant over juveniles. We see this. This is very similar to elephants, except that the males are still there.
Okay.
No adult elephants are allowed, or no adult male elephants are allowed in the herds.
Just one. Or none at all?
None. It's led by a large female.
Oh,
female.
Okay.
Males are almost always by themselves unless it's breeding time.
Okay. So it's not like chickens.
No.
Yeah.
But it's because we see it with whales too.
Yeah.
Is it for that example? Is the adult male whale will often get twice as big as the females, so he can go off by himself and find food and not drain the resources of the herd where they're taking care of the babies.
Yeah.
Not saying that they won't come in and help. A bull elephant nearby, hearing elephant's in trouble, will run in and
take care of business.
And just take care of business. I mean, they're size of a Mack truck.
Right, yeah. Not much can stop that.
Same with the male whales. These guys, though, they'll kind of be all joined together. Dominant muskox tend to get access to the best resources, so they'll actually have resource hierarchy. A long time ago, you remember I talked about with velvet worms?
Oh, yeah.
That they'll take turns eating?
Yeah,
based off a hierarchy.
Yeah.
That's one of the only invertebrates to do that.
Yeah, that was their freaky fauna fact.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
So these guys are similar to that.
Huh.
Is that, the oldest age-based thing.
Eats first.
They'll eat the best stuff first.
Yeah.
So they get snowberries and stuff like that, super rare things.
Ooh,
yeah.
cloudberries.
Cloudberries.
We got to get some of those sometime, or try.
And wild displacement subordinate for patches of grass during the winter. So they'll like literally push others off of grass patches to eat.
Okay.
Muskox bulls assert their dominance in many different ways. One is the rush and butt method. This is where dominant bulls rush a subordinate with the side of his horns as to warn a subordinate, so it gives a chance for him to get away.
Okay.
So a lot of times you see the videos of these two, and we'll talk about them, button heads. That's like a last-ditch thing. A lot of times there's been 4 or 5 warnings before it gets to the actual violence.
Yeah.
Because it hurts them. It rattles their brain. They die from doing this sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not good for anyway. Bulls will also roar, swing their heads, and paw at the ground like a bull.
Men.
Dominant bulls sometimes treat subordinate bulls like cows. The dominant bull will tap the subordinate on his forelegs, something they do to cows during mating. So it's like a picking on them thing.
Oh, okay.
Just to put them back in their place.
So they do it to the other males?
Yeah.
Oh, that are okay.
They don't breed on the other males, but they do the same motions to be like, you're
beneath me. Yeah. Dogs kind of do that too.
Yeah. The subordinate bull can change his status by challenging the dominant bull. The mating season of muskox begins in late June and early July. During this time, dominant bulls will fight off other heads of established harems and usually 6 or 7 cows and their offspring. Fighting bulls will rub their glands against each other's legs while they're bellowing loudly and displaying their horns. So they kind of do like this dance. Their glands are kind of right behind their heads.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like it's oozing right off their necks.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, it doesn't smell great.
Oozing.
So it'll rub and fight, and then they start ramming each other. So they literally, they will back up, charge, and hit.
Yeah.
I've seen horns break. Yeah. I've seen them drop dead.
I'm sure it cracks real loud, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. If I can find the video, I'll post it on the Facebook. There was one video where I think a deer or something ran in between 2 of them.
Oh, no.
And just looked like putty.
It exploded, probably.
Yeah.
It was like when Randy Johnson threw that baseball and that bird flew in front of it.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah. The whole unit takes care of calves. So their only real predators are wolves and bear. Mm-hmm. And it's polar bear where they're at is mostly the animals
polar
they run
bear
into.
and probably short-faced bear. And
every once in a while, short-faced bear. But they'll circle up. They'll put all the babies in the middle, and they'll make the defense circle and defend the babies.
So they're the whales of the north. They're the land whales of the north.
There you go. Sometimes these standoffs last days on end.
Yeah.
4 or 5 days, and the wolves will take turns.
It makes sense, though. I mean, you're up there fighting for resources, and the stinky calf up there. Oh, man, that's so gross.
So, yeah. Well, did I mention this one yet? So they're not cows. They are related to bovids.
You did not mention
but they're much more closely related to goats.
Oh, that explains the ramming.
Yeah. They're much more closely related to goats and sheep.
So they're like goats of the north.
They're the biggest goat in the world.
Oh, okay. So they are goats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what you would call the goat family.
Right.
Not what we'd probably here in North America call a true goat.
Are they're not ox then?
No, an ox is not. An ox is like you do something to an oxen to make.
Wait, I don't understand.
Like a mule.
Okay.
Like you make an ox.
Oh, how do you make an ox?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know off the top of my head.
I didn't
but
know
an ox
that.
isn't like a thing.
Isn't it like a
oxen,
yak?
No.
Oh.
Yak is its own animal.
Oh, okay.
An oxen I think it may be a castrated bull made for pulling.
Oh,
So
okay.
they used them to pull carts and wagons and stuff like that.
Okay, didn't know that.
I know oxen almost don't exist anymore in North America.
So this musk ox is not.
It's like a term. It's
Yes,
it's just a term.
yeah.
It's just using it because they look like an oxen.
Yeah.
The big necks and the
big
pull
heads,
stuff.
long hair.
But yeah, that's the muskox.
Oh,
Good job, Emily.
pretty interesting. A lot of little freaky goat facts that I wasn't expecting there
Goat
at the end.
packs, yes.
Well, one.
Yeah. No, they're very neat animals. There's only a couple places you can see them in captivity. I don't know if it's just because their numbers are so low. I believe they are red listed, and it's more. I think the Inuits can still hunt them. But
Okay.
that's it.
We should start a muskox farm.
I don't want them.
Why?
They have bad attitudes.
That's okay. That's good for the
You know why? Like,
the robbers around here
the problem is you're not going to keep them in.
in your
Animals,
backyard.
yeah, well, anywhere. Animals that walk a couple hundred miles every month.
Yeah. It'd be neat to see them though. I
They're
would
just
like
going
to.
to stand and look at that fence and be like, that's not supposed to be there.
I'd like to see one. Yeah,
I don't-
That's
yeah.
not supposed to be there.
They're goats. They
You're right.
don't think.
Ram his head right through it.
I've watched
Ah.
goats hit electric fences and just keep hitting them until they
Right.
break them.
Or they end up, halfway up a mountain cliff somehow.
They do that a lot.
I don't even know how it's possible.
85 degrees. We can get up it. As long as it's not 90.
Right, and they're just hanging out up there.
No, so there's your muskox fun facts.
Yeah.
All right, I've been the great and peaceful mystery.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week, guys. Enjoy the summer.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.